Namaskar. I think all the professionals would agree to me that in their practice there are certain questions which keep coming in front of us by the parents. Many a times parents they are asking me that what therapy I should go first when my child is diagnosed with autism spectrum disorder. And there is no hard and fast rule as we know, but definitely our own simple experiments through the clinical practices can give you a good clue about the same. When the child is approaching and we are doing our clinical observations, with experience, we do come to know that what kind of diagnosis or provisional diagnosis it is moving towards. Still, it would be a bad idea to jump to any conclusion without doing observations. It is always better if a therapist or a clinical practitioner can observe the child in different situations. For example, home, being the child's natural environment, can be the best place to observe him or her. Then, in the clinical setup, or if the child is going to any kind of educational center, an observation can be done over there itself. These observations can be then aggregated and seen that what diagnosis it is coming like. Whenever I am seeing children with autism spectrum disorder, especially when they are approaching me at their younger age, when I say younger age, we are seeing children even at age of 18 months who are showing us certain at-risk symptoms of autism spectrum disorder. And when we are done with the observation and all, I always find it safe to start with occupational therapy. Why? Because in my own colloquial way, I say that occupational therapy will give me a perfect hardware on the platform of what I can create the software, which is mostly done by the behavior therapist. So, as I already said, in the consequence to occupational therapy, which can facilitate my child's observation capacity, my child's reception ability, my child's sustained attention, sitting tolerance, sensory integration, the maximum important thing which my child with ASD actually requires. After this platform is made, maybe in about a month or maybe 2 months, there are hardly about 10%, I would like to quote over here, who are very difficult and they are very defensive. These children, they do not get settled down in therapies so easily. So whenever your occupational therapist gives the green signal, maybe we should start with behavior therapy at a parallel rate. Behavior therapist can start working from the concept learning and sitting tolerance, tabletop activities, and then moving forward to another level of activities which will give them language, which can be non-verbal in nature, but I need to understand as a child that what my environment is trying to communicate to me. After this stage, when the child has thinking process already developed, concepts are formulating, child is ready to learn from others, following instructions, a speech therapist can also be introduced. Let's not forget the importance of equipping the parent. Parent must be the part of all the therapy sessions. Whatever caution the therapist wants to follow, they must inform the parent directly. For example, many of the occupational therapists say that if the parent would sit in the session, they may try to do the same activities and exercises at home also, and which can cause sensory overload. Well accepted. But then, if the therapist can explain to the parent that which exercises should not be repeated at home and what should be done at home, I think this fear can be taken care of. I definitely feel that whatever happens in behavior therapy, that can be done multiple times. But yes, if the methods are different, that can again create a difference. But if materials are different, that will create a better learning. So the solution is we can ask the mother or the father, whoever is accompanying the child during the therapy session, to take the session in front of us and we supervise them. In this way, our methods would remain same, but the material can be very different because not necessary that all the therapy materials would be available at home also. What does it lead to? Better journalization. We need to really focus at journalization of all the taught skills because my target is not that This child with ASD should perform only in the presence of therapist. You must have heard many parents saying that, oh my God, when my child is with the behavior therapist, that 1 hour he is completely the best child whom I can say. I feel as if he doesn't have any problem, but the minute he enters the house, he's back to the same. Why? Because the therapist is using certain methods, certain skills, which as a parent you are not able to use. So our methods must remain same. That's very, very important. What we need to look at the next aspect, which is very important, that as a parent you should be confident about executing all therapy targets at home also. We must generalize across people, across situations, across different environments, across different material, because I cannot create a special world for my child with ASD. My child has to adjust and adapt in the same environment what you and me are living in. Last but extremely important, continuous evaluations are very, very important. Until you don't monitor a child's progress, it is very difficult to understand whether it is developmentally improving child or your therapies are actually creating any kind of impact or not. It's not to take a credit. It's not that as a therapist I did a great job, see my child is not doing now doing much better after my therapy. No, not at all. It is just to see what is working out with this child, what is actually bringing out the improvements what we are looking at. Periodic evaluation, a proper review meeting in which the parent, the therapist, as well as the third agent like school or a daycare center, whoever is involved in child's life, should be part of it, because we need to see if the child is journalizing the learned skills in different situations or not. So just to recap, first do a proper diagnosis, not by sitting in a clinical room and just asking certain questions. Please spend time to observe the child. It would be ideal to send two different clinicians in two different situations to observe the same child and then see what is the average of your observations. That is very, very important. At the same time, when you start your therapy with, please explore the requirement of occupational therapy first. Please, occupational therapy is not only for sensory difficulties, it is also to make yourself calm, composed, have better sitting tolerance, have much better common sense and observation. Once occupational therapist tells you yes, this child is ready, then please start with behavior therapy, and then please parallelly start with speech therapy also. Do not forget, as a parent, it's your right to learn each and everything in a proper way. You must take the session in front of the therapist and request them to supervise you, because until you will not do it at home, a better follow up cannot be planned. Thank you so much.